Hello people, how are we doing out there today? We're going to be building today the beginning of a retro arcade. Later on we add in little machines in there and so forth. But we're going to build a little retro style arcade. All out of cardboard. In my area, tightened up a bit. So first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is IOEG Technology Screens. We do several things on my site, as in basically building PCs. Just swing this over there for me to see some of our PC builds. Building PCs, and we do projection screens and everything else. One of the things we like to do is we like to build with cardboard. So I've made several medieval castles, medieval buildings using just cardboard from scratch. Right there. All right, so let me get out all the things I need to get this started. And the beautiful thing about it is we don't really have to pay for anything except for glue sticks. That's basically about it. And I've been dying to build one of these to put on my desk. Once I get my desk all done, I'm going to build a basic build of it. Got an idea how I want to put it all together. So get some glue sticks here and see if we're going to need more. But we got enough to get the job done. Thought I'd switch up gears a little bit because I've been working on the medieval crooked cottages and everything else, and just change up a little bit. Alright, so that should be enough glue sticks for that. And I do need my scissors, which I'm hoping are around. This is not the time for you to have a fight with your toy. So every time that I don't want to hear it, don't give it to me. I don't want to hear it. Don't bring it over here. Don't even bother bringing it over. Where is it at anyway? I think I got it hidden. I don't want to be bothered with that nonsense. You hear him talking back to me, right? So I want to do some 80s stuff. Some retro 80s stuff. I'm a big fan of the retro 80s. I found the Pac-Man pass dispensers on eBay. I'm sorry, YouTube. So we're going to be using those for our arcade machines. So we're going to be designing each one differently, so that way they all don't look the same. So we're going to redesign those. And we'll get some old-fashioned carpet. Where can I find retro carpet? I'm pretty sure I can find it somewhere. And we're going to make the inside of the store so you can see the inside of the store. I think I'm going to put a big glass window on the side of it so you can see inside that store. Let me see. Well, these are some of the modern builds we're going to be doing. Museums, stuff like that. I do want to do a museum, movie theater, stuff like that. Let me see. What else do we need from here? We need scissors. Definitely need scissors. Where are my scissors? And an ink pen. We definitely need an ink pen. So I'm doing that. And right now I had to contact my friend at the end of the day. The 3D printing business, I need his help for something. So he's going to be printing me out some items that I need for something we're designing involving the clothing line. So I told you I have a t-shirt that I want to bring out. And I was blessed with the idea of this t-shirt when I was working on, what were we working on? Oh, the screen's over there. That's when we're blessed with that idea. So we're going to start our own t-shirts. And no, this is nothing to do with merch because it has nothing to do with my company in any way whatsoever. It's a completely separate entity for a business that we're working on. Coming from my Lord. Oh, scissors are right there. Wow. Scissors are sitting right there staring me in the face. Alright, let me see where I want to start off from here. Ooh, got a nice piece of cardboard right there. Alright, let me get an idea on how big I want to actually build my little arcade. measuring tape for speakers. I guess this would be here would be perfect. Arcade machines are about that high. So I'm trying to get an idea of the arcade machines to the size of the building. I can always cap off my ceiling if I want to. I want to do it that way. And try my fireplace. Let me get some, let me see. '80s style music, copyright free. No. You had it right the first time. 80s style music, copyright free. Had it right the first time. No, that doesn't go for me. Unwritten is not good. I don't even know what unwritten is. Oh man, VHS. 1989. Alright, let me see. We're going to start from our building. I think after this one, I'm going to do a 80s style bedroom. I miss the 80s so much. You have no idea. I miss it so much. Everything about it. Well, I can bring back a little piece of it for myself. We're going to do it in pastel colors, going with our pastel colors. Alright. Now we have to figure out our storefront, please. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. Now, I'm also going to be installing Bluetooth speakers. That way I can hear the arcade music and sound. I can play my own 80s music from out of here, which I can't do on YouTube because it's copyrighted. For my store. That gives me enough room to put an awning in here. That's awning in there. This window. Big enough window. Right there. Door right here. Yep, that's perfect. That's a perfect size right there. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you cutting? Make sure. There we go. Okay. I think I want to build myself a cyberpunk loft too. I like those cyberpunk lofts. I love them. I definitely want to build one for myself. So, here we have our store here. Show that too big. Why? Perhaps a little narrow. Right. That's a good size. It's a nice narrow size. This side, this side. Scrap scarlet everywhere. That's good. Now the window, our peekaboo window, is going to be using the ultra clear screens we're working on. That way I can game off the side of my screen. Get some Pac-Man off of it. I'm going to make sure the roof comes off of it. So I can get access to whatever we have to get access to inside. The roof is going to come off of it. So the roof is not going to be connected. I'm going to put on with a tab system so it connects on, take it off, and go inside and play with all the stuff inside. Alright, so we got our walls, got our doors right here. Let's start assembling and putting, well no, before we start doing that, some windows. So, my bad, sorry about that. Whew. I deal with all year round allergies, I get them. These don't last long. Alright, so let me see. Ink pen. Can get scraps here to do some outlines for the doors. So here is where I want to put the awning here. I need the awning to stick up just a little bit from side to side here and here. And then we're definitely going to need a nice big storefront window right here. Let me see. That's there. Awning's going to come halfway here. I'm going to clip the door and the window a little bit. We need to clip the window. Then here, we're going to have the name of what they're going to call the store right here. It's the name of the store. Right there. Bring the door down. Right about. The window needs to be a little farther up here. No, door has to be here. Bring the door down here because one of this is all the way down. Alright. Let's bring the door here. Let's bring the window here. We're going to be using this right here for our awning. I want to try to make as much cardboard as possible, the structure. We're doing some beautiful neon up in here. There's our window right there. Now we're working our door. the door. I think I'll put a window here in the back. Definitely I'll put a window back here. I have a trash can down here, a couple of trash cans. On this side, we're going to put a billboard with some advertising on it. And at the top, we're going to put another billboard that's going to have a slight slant to it. It's going to be a Nike, probably a Nike or Adidas right there. So that's what we're definitely going to be doing. Or maybe some hot dogs or whatever. But the back's going to be basically littered with posters over and over again. Just showing all the different games that are coming out, stuff like that. So we'll give some of the posters a kind of a curl look to it, like they've been there for a while. And we'll get the trash can with the sleeping cat. We're going to make the trash cans and everything from cardboard. Alright, so that gives me an idea of what we're doing here. So let's start off with first outlining it all. I'm not going to work any Spider-Man hands. I like this music. Do we have, how long does it last for? Alright, let me put a loop on this. I like this. Copyright free too on top of that. I don't want to violate anybody's copyrights. We need to make it as free as possible. So yeah, I'm very excited. I am getting into the t-shirt business. I told you I want to do other things besides my screen paint. And Lord blessed us with this amazing idea for this incredible t-shirt. I can't say anything about it. I can't say nothing at all until we get our copyrights back. Once we get our copyrights back, we are good to go. Yep. So we are blessed to get a t-shirt. Pretty cool t-shirt. I can't wait. It's going to be a pretty cool t-shirt. Something really different. Now they are going to be limited editions. They're not expensive, but they're going to be limited editions. So that's why we're designing them. We're doing pretty soon. We're going to start with the t-shirts, and there'll be hats, and there'll be hoodies, all that stuff. Something wild and way outside the box, but tasty. If we don't want anything in there, it's going to disrespect our Lord. So we got the window here. Push in. Imagine the work crew in here doing the store, installing in the store, getting ready for the arcade. Probably going back and telling the kids like, yeah, we're building an arcade. You know, it's going to be coming up pretty soon. Like, really? Yep. The outline of the window done. Now look on the door. Finally ordered myself some fresh fruit because, again, I told you I gotta change my eating habits. My eating habits are freaking horrible. I have horrible, horrible, horrible eating habits. I'm changing my eating habits I feel sick all the time. So I eat some crazy stuff. I exercise a lot. I do exercise quite a bit, but you gotta eat right. Don't eat eggs. I don't really do eggs. That's just, and something that's the only way I eat it, but I don't eat eggs. And I don't eat a lot of fried foods. But still, I gotta eat better than this. So, changing my diet. Loving this music. Oops, sorry about that. They're the same size. Interesting. I'm fascinated by people who build those models at the end of the day. Always fascinated by it. I never could do it. Never could do it. I've had plenty of models in my timeline as a kid. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't put them together. But I like watching other people put the models together. Man, I tell you, you change when you can't watch the same thing you used to watch when you used to watch those things. Can't watch them anymore. One of my favorites was Legend. That's one of my favorite ones to watch. The whole thing about the unicorn and all that. Can't watch anymore. Why? Because I don't like the devil that's in there. I don't like the demon. It bothers me. I don't want to watch him anymore. Do I miss it? No, I don't. I don't know. But I can't watch it anymore. And some people say, well, that's a bad thing. That's a fantastic thing. It is. I'm trying to obey God as much as I possibly can. So if I have to give up something, then, so when I was watching it, I didn't realize how bad it was. I really didn't realize how bad it was. It's an amazing movie. It is. It really is. But that demon at the end of the day, I can't watch that. I can't. I can sacrifice things, he sacrificed his life, at least I can do is sacrifice a movie and a few things here and there, right? And right now, as we're putting all this together, my Lord is speaking with me and talking with me and telling me how to put all this together. I can see the vision in my head. And as I'm putting this together, he's giving me other ideas for other things to build. I like these lofts they have on here, the ones that sit on the ocean, and they have little boats next to them and all these little signs. So I want to build one of those. And now he's giving me blueprints on how to put that together. One of the things with a Christian, that the Lord never creases with his blessings. He just doesn't. He's always giving us new, exciting ideas. Yep. Always giving us new ideas. Every time. His blessings are endless. Like I said, I literally had someone contact me and said, you must think you're God. And I was like, no, I'm not God. I serve God. I'm not God in any way whatsoever. When I saw that message, it allowed me to understand that he just couldn't figure out how we were coming up with so many formulas so fast. That's God. Williams did the same thing too. Williams made a statement to me and said, oh, no one can make formulas that fast, that quick. No, you can't. We can't. Because we serve God. That's why. Like if they sat there and said Noah couldn't build the ark, Noah did build the ark. Because he had God. That's why. By saying that a man can't do, especially when he serves the Lord, when the Lord tells him to do something, it's saying that the Lord does not have the ability to do so when he does. Because they can't comprehend it because they don't serve God. That's why. God can do whatever he wants to do. So, a little interesting secret about me at the end of the day, a lot of people don't know. I was in the LD class. Yeah, I was. When I went to school, they said that my IQ was not high enough in order to be able to do basic math. Isn't that interesting, right? Yep. And for the longest time, when all my other brothers and sisters excelled, they went to college and all that stuff, got degrees and stuff like that, I felt like I was the black sheep for the longest time. Like I was never going to amount to anything. I was never not going to have their degrees and diplomas and all that stuff that litter their walls. My mother's a very intelligent woman, and I just couldn't figure out why and what was going on, why I did not receive that same amount of knowledge. And for the longest time, I felt as if I didn't measure up. Now, when I became a Christian, the Lord blessed me with intelligence. The intelligence to understand more than I've ever been able to understand. So, when I was going to school, instead of sticking me in a regular class where I would get the education I needed. It was a little bit of racism in there too on top of that. And I believe that most of it was racism because they stuck me in this class and they said at the end of the day that I didn't have the intelligent level to be able to be with the other kids. And I felt that way for a very long time. Until when I got saved, and the day it happened was the day I picked up that I prayed. When I got that clear conscience, the Lord spoke to me and asked me what would I like. And I said I want to build computers. And that's when it started. And it never ended. Pretty much anything I want to understand and learn. You notice I rarely use measuring tapes when I basically measure anything out or design any of the screens we put up here. I don't need it. I actually already know it. In my head, I already have pretty much I can build whatever I want. And through cardboard or whatever, the Lord allows me to be able to understand. He gives me understanding and knowledge of it. I just know. I sat back. My brother went to school for computers, and I never went to school for computers. And I built something he's never even seen before. And he can't believe it. He's blown out of his mind. It's like, I don't understand how he's understanding all this. I understand it. I do. I know it. Because I prayed and asked the Lord for that knowledge, and the Lord gave it to me. Just like the insulation. I've never did insulation before, ever. But when I asked and prayed to ask the Lord about how to insulate that garage, I was able to insulate it to the point where when nice inspection came through, it got an A. Yep. See? It tells you at the end that the Lord can give you infinity knowledge. And here we develop these screen paints at the end of the day. I get this all the time. They always ask me, what kind of chemistry background do you have? And I say, I don't have any chemistry background. All this came from God. I get asked that question all the time. All right, so we got a nice little storefront here. Okay, this front here. I'll put our awning in here. So I'm going to basically start building our awning for that. Now, even when I'm putting this together, information's in my head that fast on how to put it all together. And I give all glory to God. He's the one that helps me teach me how to do all this stuff. So I went from a person who roughly worked a lot of minimum wage jobs, because I just couldn't really get anything in my field or get anything at all, period, because I didn't have that degree or diploma at the time. And I worked jobs where I made roughly at that time minimum wage, roughly about $4 was minimum wage around that time. And I never thought that I would be able to rent a house. I never thought I would be able to go on vacation and go to Disney World and places like that, because I didn't have that type of money on me, And when the Lord blessed me with that screen paint, everything changed. Everything changed. Everything changed. It gave me a sense of pride. And I mean, not the pride you think you're better than other people. Pride is I didn't feel like I was nothing. I felt like I was somebody at the end of the day. I can go to my family reunions and say, hey, look, I got a business. This is my product. This is my YouTube channel. This is my Facebook page. And they respected it. That's what the Lord gave to me. See, that's why I said to those of you, you have no idea how deep the rabbit hole goes. And you have no idea how much danger you can put yourself into by messing with a Christian's blessing. My blessing was embedded way before you ever knew I existed on YouTube. So now I got a business, everything's working well, and at one point I'm renting a room. This is where I got my blessing from, in that room, in that place. I rented out that place. I first got my blessing from the Lord from there. I was building computers already. I was building computers long before I got into that. But anyway, so I wasn't thinking about selling it. I really wasn't. I was thinking about basically just having it for myself. I didn't think it was even worth anything. It's just screen paint in the day, I didn't think there was anything special about it, But my buddy came in and saw it, and he was amazed by it. He said, you got to sell this. And that's how it started. And when I put it online, I built my website. I put everything together. I did my testing and everything needed to be done. The Lord told me what to do. The Lord told me how to do it, how to build the website, how to set the eBay, not eBay, the PayPal accounts. He showed me how to do everything. And then I had to figure out that if my business at the time wasn't making any money yet, I had to figure out how to support my business when it's not making any money. I can't get a loan from a bank. I don't have that type of credit yet. So I can't do that yet. So how do I do this? And the Lord directed me to find vintage factory seal toys. He directed me to all these little stores that had these vintage toys in them, and I was buying them up and selling them on eBay. So I had an eBay account where I was actually using eBay to fund my other business. That's how I got all these vintage toys and stuff I have, because he showed me where they're at. All those treasures that are on the earth, the Lord will direct his people where they're at. And people walk past these stores over and never know what these stores have, but I knew, because the Lord was like a magnet. He would tell me, across the street here, go here, and I walk in it, they had all this stuff in it, I buy it up. So next you know, I was selling these toys on eBay, and people literally thought I had a time machine, because everything I had was factory sealed, was mint. I was making extremely good money. I took that money and I funded it to my business. I didn't go out and buy this and buy that. I took it and funded it for my company, what the Lord told me to do, and that's what I did. And then next you know, at one point, the company blew up, and we had people buying the product and people giving us reviews and all this stuff. We had beta testers coming in, and next you know, we didn't need eBay anymore, and we dropped eBay and started working with the other company, which is Digital One Crystal Screen Paint, our first company I started off with. So after that, the blessings didn't stop. They just kept coming and coming and coming and coming. We're making more screen paint, developing this and making that. We got that contract from overseas. I literally got a letter for Shark Tank for that technology, that screen paint. So after that, when I came into seeing the Black Diamond technology, and I prayed on the Lord with that. I said, Lord, we need this type of technology. This is what we need. We need a darker product. So we started working on a darker product, and next thing you know, we had a screen to match the Black Diamond. We literally matched their screen. That's why they contacted me, because we matched their screen, literally. So they contacted us and said, this guy just figured out how to match our screen. Yeah, they were interested to figure out what we were all about. So at that particular point, you realize that they weren't there to do business with us. They were there to figure out how we figured out how to make a screen paint that looks exactly and reacts to it exactly like the Black Diamond. The only difference is that the Black Diamond 1.4 had a narrow viewing cone effect and would go dark around the edges, where our product at the end of the day didn't do that, because it was a paint, it wasn't a reflective surface. So, the Lord will guide you on who to speak with, who to talk with, who to do business with. The wolf in sheep's clothing, you can see it a mile away because the Lord can see it. The Lord will direct you. That's the beautiful thing about having God on your side when you are doing business, because the Lord directs you. He allows you to see all you need to see. So, thinking that the Black Diamond was an actual black screen, that's what I thought. His name was Black Diamond. I'm thinking, wow, this guy developed a black screen. That is incredible. And I'm thinking that, okay, this screen's black. But the screen wasn't black. It was gunmetal. I've never seen gunmetal before. So I went back to a friend of mine. I was like, what is this? I've never seen this before. He said, oh, that's gunmetal. Those are the darker screens. They're more expensive, high-end screens. I said, really? So I looked up, found the Black Diamond was $5,000 and what it was worth and all that. And I thought to myself, all right, we have a gunmetal version of a Black Diamond. Let's go in and let's make a black screen, because that's what I wanted. I thought the Black Diamond was black. So let's make a black screen. So I started working on a black screen, which started the company under Digital 4K Crystal Onyx. You can go back and check that on my YouTube channel, real existing company. And that's when we first developed black technology, which is roughly now, I think probably 9 years ago. And Lord gave us the knowledge for that. Question, where were you guys at 8 years ago when I was developing black technology? Well, of course, you weren't around. I think I'm going to bring this out a little farther. I do want the rod to come out a little farther from my rod. So I think I'm going to bring it here and here. Right there, there. Right here. So we're going to lose some of that if we go that way. Right here. Right here. going to come a little bit past the window here. A little past the window there. And I have... Does this fit? And it does. Oh, yes, it does. I can clamp in just a little bit more so it fits in there. But yep, that's where I got my knowledge from God. And every time I go to somebody, they ask me the same question. They're going to school for chemistry, they're going to school for computers and all this. And I'm like, nope. I learned everything from Jesus. I gave him full credit. I would never sit there and say at the end of the day, I did all this myself. That would be virtually impossible. All right. I think this right here would be perfect here. If we cut this in half would just be this way. And do it this way. Oops. We do it here. Put it here. Piece here. Let's see. Now, I study hydroelectric energy. I understand it. I know it. I'm a big history buff. I study history. Water harvesting systems. And solar power. Also understand nuclear fission, nuclear fusion, and what's what they call it? Nuclear fusion nuclear. Which isn't really that hard to understand, too, either. And then through this, developing screen paints to be able to work in direct sunlight and all that stuff, you have to know something about. We have to know some chemistry, and you do have to know physics. Physics, you're definitely going to have to know. I'm going to have to know some math in there. It's funny because when I went to school for cooking, one of the things that came up was I had to learn, fractions? Advanced fractions. And I don't have a problem with it anymore. The one thing about intelligence is to be able to memorize. To memorize everything you read. If you don't remember everything you read, then you don't have knowledge. Your knowledge has escaped. That's why some people, when they study, they know everything, and then the minute they wake up, like, it's gone. Because sometimes you can't retain. Some people sing songs and stuff. Singing songs like a jingle that gets stuck in your head. Can't forget that. It'll be stuck in your head for years. But if you basically put mathematical equations behind it, you will know it because it's in your head. Because it's all memory. So basically, when I build these PCs, or me and God build these PCs, every single part, every structure, everything I've ever built or designed is in my head by memory. All those formulas you see, I don't write formulas down. I write them down the first time, and then they're in my head. So all those formulas are in my head right now. And so I'll be sitting here, I'll be building like 3 or 4 things at the same time. Like right now, I'm putting this together, but now I'm putting together in my head this little seashore shop on the shore, little coffee boutique. That's what I want to do next. And we're also going to be working on that huge mushroom with the little animals inside of it living just like we do. And in the home front, we got cardboard that's been soaking for almost a year, and our own solution that we developed, a weatherproof cardboard. I actually made the solution for it. Blessed to make the solution from it. And you have to think outside the box. Everybody wants to be stuck to the wall. I look at the ceiling. Why come we can't project out the ceiling? How come I can't bring the ceiling to life? How come I can't bring the floor to life? You saw the video we shot there, and we said, title the video, They're Not Like Us. Yeah, because I can actually pull screen images outside with no problem whatsoever. And those projectors were very cheap. They weren't expensive. You see the white levels on that black technology? I can lean to the side. It'll pick up with no problem. So yeah, God blesses us with what we need to know. All right, we got a little awning piece right here, putting together. Thank you, Jesus. Boom, boom, boom. And we just started building these sculptures about a few days ago. Well, not a few days ago, about a month ago. So I've got a bunch of them over there now. They gave me something else now. Build it with cardboard. You'll see, up over there. This is my cardboard workstation. That's made out of cardboard. I like the guy on Craig and the Creek. I gotta get back to my cartoons. Oh man, I miss my cartoons so much. I don't watch cartoons without cereal. I don't. I can't watch without cereal. I have to have cereal every time I watch cartoons. I miss my cartoons. My favorite's Craig and the Creek. I still watch cartoons. Yeah, 57 years old, still watching cartoons. I watch cartoons to the day I die. I love cartoons. And I watch them with cereal. I remember I had somebody come out, you're too old for it. You know what? That's the problem, You you keep saying you're too old for this and too old for that. And next you know, you'll be this rigid, frigid, whatever. At the end of the day, I enjoy my cartoons. I will watch my cartoons. And if you don't like it, then, tough cookies. At the end of the day. Do what I do to make me happy. I like my cartoons. Get back to watching my cartoons. And get back to gaming too. I have not been gaming for a while. I've been kind of working on these. Get back to gaming. Oh, I forgot to say, we got the final ingredient. The Lord bless us to have it. Thank you, Jesus. Our blessing for the new black screen that we're going to be showing off pretty soon, which is going to be a gaming screen. It's going to be part of the Apex collection. And it's a black front and rear technology. Right now, we can only get them in sizes. We're working with another company, but one of the companies we're right now, we can only get them by 18 by 24, which is the same size we have over there, which is a perfect size. Perfect size for what we need. But yes, sirree, we have initial liftoff. God is good. He blessed us to get exactly what we needed, and I'm pretty sure He's going to allow us to get bigger sizes as we go along. God is good. Ah! I got burned, Lord. I got burned. There we go. This is going to be a little difficult. Gotta put this up here. I'm going to do this one part first and get the other part later. At least this will be up there. So for our awning piece. Yeah, we got our screen. Lord makes a way. Hey, Tackle. What's going on, dude? I might get into the pet business too. Designing cardboard pet huts for cats. Because you guys got things for cardboard boxes. I don't know why. Something for dogs too. There we go. Onion drops over some. This is the best time to do it here before I set the whole thing up. It's gonna be a little hard to do to get this onion in there. Put that celery. Put this celery. There we go. All right, let's see. So you're gonna here and here, right on the window area. So I see some of that store in there. Okay, can bring it up a little bit for display. Yeah, that's nice. That's perfect. I want it there. That should be a loop. Let me see. Pen. So we trim it there. That should be perfect. Now we're not going to do ours with a stripe on the top. We're going to have a kind of a crazy design, maybe a Pac-Man running across it. Which we'll probably do with ours. There we go. All right. Let's see. There are people that don't like it that I mention God. They don't like it. But yet, I don't understand this. They don't want to mention God, but yet they're always in here watching our videos. Well, maybe because God's calling you. Trying to give you that wake-up call. Oh, I like that. It came out nicely. Have a little bit of buckle into it. I like the fact we're using all these different materials and we don't have to pay for anything. It was on us to put all this together. Well, I couldn't imagine what it must have been like when Noah built the ark. Man, that must have been incredible. I mean, he's sitting there, the Lord's talking to him the entire time, showing how to put this whole thing together. That has got to be amazing. That's got to be amazing. I'll show you how to build a giant ark. How incredible is that, right? I'm going to show you how to build a giant ark. Noah's like, we're going to build what? A giant ark! Noah, we're going to build a giant ark. That's when people sit there and say, how did the animals keep from killing each other? God. God controls all that. Everything. He controlled that whole entire ark. Everything that was in there. The animals couldn't harm him. He was feeding them. They couldn't harm Noah. Heck no. And they couldn't harm themselves or other animals. They couldn't harm them because God made it so. And like Daniel and the lions, where they threw Daniel into the pit with all those lions, and the lions couldn't eat him. The Lord gave that command. They couldn't eat him. That's how amazing God is. Amazing God is. Not one lion could eat Daniel. Not one. Not one. It says in the Bible, he used one of the lions as a fellow. Propped up and slept on him. Yep. Animals know their place. Burn a little bit, Lord. Let me get this one right here. Okay, music. We'll go back to that. Where we at? No music. That beginning. I like that music in the beginning. The hearts that beat and go. The arcade was the hangout spot. So everybody in there, businessmen, everybody's in the arcade. Everybody's in there. Construction workers, police officers, they're all in the arcade, getting it in, having fun. That was a form of like online gaming before online gaming. Everybody was in one spot, like social gaming. What I'm like social gaming. Yeah, man, that was amazing. Everybody had their particular type of game that they played. My games with anything that you could destroy and blow up. I love games that involve like blowing stuff up. That's what I like. That's my thing at the end of the day. Anything to blow up. Tank games, shooters. Big time. Shooters are actually my thing. Shooters. I like shooters. I love shooters. Taco Bear, you got hair everywhere. That's Taco Bear. Hey, Taco Bear, what's up? You and your freaking songs, Daddy-O. Daddy-O, Taco-Yo. Shane, I watched a video of a guy getting caught in one of those caves like that, panicking. He had a heart attack. He died. But it's a shame. You know, it's a shame. Because I don't know why people would put themselves in that kind of crazy situation. I don't know why. But that's a shame. Really, it's a shame. You know, life is so precious. You know, we only get one. And I would never even think about doing something that crazy at the end of the day. But, yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't get out of there. Oh, that came looking very nice. Okay. That's done. I want to put in, this is the front part here. I definitely want to put in a window in the back. Because they have, sometimes they have those small windows in the back here. house, and we're definitely going to put some kind of air conditioner exhaust system here. Right there with a fan on it. And that's going to lead to the roof. We definitely need to build that there. And we have trash dumpster over here. Our trash dumpster. We could do a trash dumpster, or we can do trash cans. I'm trying to think what I might go with. I might go with the cans. I might go with a couple of trash cans back there. Do a couple of trash cans back there. I want to do the dumpster. I don't want to do the dumpster. I'll do trash cans back there. Things right there. 3 cans back there. For that. And then you got the air conditioner unit here. Should be here. And it's got a little smaller than that. And put a nice glass window here with those blocks that they put in. Right there. That's perfect. I'm gonna cut the window out. Everything else I can build around it. I'm gonna put a window there with some bars on the back of it. Perfect. Trace out my window. We didn't get a chance. By the time I forgot about this daylight saving time, I completely slipped my mind, and I get outside and it's darker than what I needed. I didn't want it to be that dark when we got there, so I'm going to do it again tomorrow. This time I'm going to be out at 3 o'clock because yeah, that daylight saving time kicked in quick. Well, I should have known already, but yeah, it's too dark for us to be outside. I want to be outside with more light than that. But at least we got some good videos. For Lord bless us to get some good videos in there, so I'm happy with that. Definitely always happy with a chance to get some extra videos in there. Oh, we can't put the air conditioning unit here. We can't. The trash cans are going to have to go here. We need another door here. We have to have a back exit door. So we're going to put our trash cans over here near the window. This is where the trash can to be at. And in here, we have to put a door because you have to have a back exit door. So we're going to put a door here. And I can put the exhaust system. I actually tell you the truth, the air conditioning exhaust systems are on the roof. So we'll put the air conditioning exhaust on the roof, but you have to have a door. Has to be a back door here. So I have to put a keep out sign on it. Let me see. That's the height of the other door. So I see a little bit right there. Yeah, that's the same size as that door. Wait, this door is shut, right? This is a solid door. We're putting in. But I do want to make it look like the door is actually a little bit out. I could do it that way, but I'll have to do it this way instead. I think it'll go a little more feature to it. We cut it out and then install it back in. Okay. Alright, now let's put a trim around this door. And we have this door right here. That's the extra door right here. Get some more cardboard around here somewhere. Okay, here we go. There we go. Like so. Get over there. Oh, that's actually the same size. Perfect. Have a back door there. Back door. Let me see. I'm gonna go like this is a more flimsier. Alright, let me see. We gotta get our windows done too here. Let's get those windows done. I was thinking about that, I was like, wait a minute, you don't have a back door to this thing. You have to have a back door. Yeah, fire exit. I went past code inspection without that back door attached to it. Get a little bit of off trim here. This back of the unit, it's a little older. Yay! Alright, now we got a window there. Done. We'll definitely do some bars on that. Let me see. Trash cans. Trash cans will roughly be about that height, hopefully. Let me see. Let me see what we got over here in a pile of scrap. That'd be too big for a trash can, really. see, we got our safety door right there. And I definitely want to see if we can get some trash cans out of this. I know it probably was kind of crazy, like, how do I get trash cans out of this? Watch. We'll get it done. We'll do 2 trash cans. Just too big for trash cans, see. Pen. Where are you, buddy? I need you. Oh, there you are. Let's circle this up a little better on my end. Might be leaving out here a little later, maybe 12 o'clock. I thought this was going to be, it always ends up this way. We thought we were going to be out of here earlier, but no, it's going to be out probably 12 or 1 o'clock. I'll be leaving out of here. I really want to get this. I've got these, I can see it all coming together. I just want to get this one section done, and after that I'm good. Now, putting in our trash cans. So that'll be for the bottom half, the bottom right there. I'm gonna use this, but I'll take this. Ouch. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Get in my belly. than that. We got over here. No. Still a little thicker. That's too thick. Let's see. How many people thought we were just building the inside of the arcade? We're actually building the whole arcade. The outside and inside. So we're building the whole thing. This being got mental problems, I swear. So watching Taco's cartoons over here. Okay, the front take trash cans. And later on we'll do the paint job, some dents in them. I should build a Blockbuster, a White Castle, a couple other ones. Definitely a Blockbuster. I'm going to put my bottom trim on the drawings. Go down here. We'll make our drain pipe with a straw. Spider-Man fingers. There we go. Nice little trash cans in the back looking hot. Alright. Put you guys over here so we don't lose you. My friend, put you way over here. That way I don't lose you. Okay, get my trim here. I cut two pieces of trim. I did cut two pieces of trim. Right them out here already. Two sides. Let me see. I need a billboard. Which side is going? It's too big. I have one more banners here on this side. Let's see. You know it's not going to be to get all these in here on time. The glue starts smacking it. So I'll do this one at a time, drop at a time. It's a double whammy. So that we're gonna stay. I should put a little slit in them and put them in there. Would have been much easier. Get them to marry better. If I had done the 3, I think the 3 would have been perfect. Give me the 3 there. Ouch. I did burn. A little bit. But not much bad. There. Oh, that's not the piece. Careful. Alright, let me see what else we need next here. Finish this trim here. Slanted also. A peekaboo window. Over the Pac-Man display that starts from here all the way down around here to give a nice design to it. Just so you can see inside the arcade. Just about done right now with this part. And I'll be back in tomorrow. The rest of the stuff we can do while the building's put together. I just had to assemble that stuff. That's kind of hard to do. Cut windows in while you have the building assembled, which was a pain in the butt. I did it already. The wooden mill, I want to cut the windows to make them longer because I want to put in a caulk system that you can see into the glass. So I'm going to make those windows a little bit longer. Pretty interesting on that. Doing it a little bit wider so you can see all those little cogs moving back and forth. That's what our floor. That's why we didn't attach the floor yet. Some of them don't even have the floors attached yet. And right now we're going to be going back to the windmill, but my clocks have not gotten here yet. I got away from my clocks and away from my bell. So all that stuff right there, we're still working on it. Just waiting for stuff to get in. So, I'm working on it. I think for the side glass here, we're going to put a Pac-Man here and have it coming around here chasing the ghost. I think that'd be a pretty good, nice design for that one. I'm also going to be building myself soon a new screen. And this screen is going to involve a suspended Pac-Man and Ghost display for my customized Pac-Man with the built-in RetroPie into the screen. So I'm going to do something for my Pac-Man. We're going to do something cool. We're going to run the RetroPie on liquid cooling system. Insert kit and modify it. And we're going to add some chasers on here too. Scissors. Let me see. I'm going to put chasers around here. A nice window display in here so you can see inside. It's going to screen also for the game off of. Giant Pac-Man display around here. That's going to look freaking sick when we get done with it. I know the devil has told you that popping in and out is supposed to discourage me. It doesn't. I'm in my own world right now talking to the Lord. So you're listening to a demon that will eventually try to kill you. And I'm over here praising my Lord. You need to stop playing with that thing. I keep warning y'all. Stop playing with it. That's not something you want to play with. It's something you want to entertain. Get right with God. I would tell people at nighttime, you don't know who's watching you. I do. I know who's watching me at night. But people who serve the devil, you don't know what's watching you at night. And you can't defend yourself in your sleep. Remember that. Anything can happen. Your building could burn to the ground, gas explosion, house could cave in. Anything can happen to you in your sleep. So you need God. So you're entertaining the devil. And you need God. Right, stop playing with that thing at the end of the day. Get your life together. That doesn't discourage me. I feel sorry for you because you are entertaining something that is very dangerous. And you don't understand it. Stop entertaining it. You can't disrupt my world. I guess it tells you can disrupt my world, but you can't disrupt my world at all, period. I'm in here building my builds, happy with the Lord. Can't take that. And the devil knows it already. But he knows he's working on you. Because he's got plans for you. Let me see. I'm going to do this side here. I'm looking at my whole retro style thing come to life. Lord's giving me beautiful ideas on how we're going to put all this together. And I'm trying to figure out the size of the plexiglass we're going to need to put in here. That might be a 4x4. I don't know. I feel sorry for you. I do. I have no hatred for you. I feel sorry for you. Meanwhile, I'm here giving praise to my Lord. And you or that demon can't take that away from me. I feel sorry for you. I do. Alright, got that section right there. Our trim is coming out quite nicely for our window display. I'm going to Amazon and take a look at those arcade machines and order me a couple of them. And try to figure out, I've got to go on eBay to get that carpet. I'm really going to go on eBay to get that carpet. I know I'm going to have that kind of type of carpet. I got to go to eBay and get it. Put black lights inside, get all the arcade machines that glow in the dark. Everything in here glows in the dark. Like I'm building the screen. I think that's pretty much what it's going to be, an arcade screen. Trash cans are already built. I was thinking, like, how are we going to do trash cans? Or say we're going to put it together this way. And lo and behold, we have trash cans. There we go. We're going to print out everything for our boards. Wallpaper in the back. Do a nice brick design, all that good stuff. It's more realistic. And we're going to have real lights on that. And we're running EL wires through it. So we can punch a wire through here, run it through here, hide it in, you wouldn't even be able to see it. Got a white light now. Cover it over with black tape so you don't see it transfer from here to here. Come back out through here, trace it through the entire floor. First one I have a trace neon light through the whole thing. And the roof allows us to get access back and forth because I'm going to have the roof so it's attached on with the magnetic system. Alright, let me trace this out. Let me get some posters back there. Give them a little bit of curl on the edge. Like they've been there for a while, overlap each other. Different types of games that are coming out. Somebody requested the Eiffel Tower. Challenge accepted. That's going to be a build right there. That's going to be done piece by piece by piece by piece by piece. But pretty cool. I like the Eiffel Tower. I've always wanted to have one, so why not? Let's try to trim here. Sorry about the hand being in the way. Arm being in the way. Sure, we take a straw, make a drain pipe, cutter system, all that. Two of the arcade machines in here are going to be fake because, well, they're all fake, but it's going to be cardboard built because that's where I have to hide my speakers. Maybe behind the concession stand. I haven't decided yet. Okay, so we're going to assemble it, put it together. Got to build a platform for it. Definitely need a bus stop. We'll build a bus stop too. Oh yeah, we're going in. Put a bus stop in. 49 yards, mailbox, everything. And actually, the store works because, as I said before, I'm installing a small screen, use my Maxsonic projector, and I'm going to game off through this baby. So it's an arcade store that actually works. If we do a blockbuster, we wanted a movie through it. Which I'm probably going to do in a blockbuster anyway. I miss blockbuster. Yeah. That's the sound you make people when you're old. Young people, enjoy the fact that you don't make sounds when you get up. Enjoy it. You know, make that, yeah! A lot of the sound, the older you are. Here. We'll have a bunch of posters over here. Front of our store. Took that paper we used for the Amazon and used it for a nice awning. We're going to be calling our business here. At the top, we're going to put a billboard that slants a little bit this way. I'll put a sneaker commercial up there. I'm going to probably like Nike or no, Adidas. I forgot Adidas was a sneaker at that time. My Adidas. Yeah, I know, because I had my Adidas, I had a pair of Adidas, I had several pairs of Adidas, and I had my boombox. And I was playing that, rocking that song every chance, My Adidas, Run DMC, while I was rocking them with no shoelaces in them. Tight Levi jeans. Got my Gazelles on, got my Kango. Rocking the big, huge, massive rope with the Adidas symbol on the front. I had all that crazy stuff, man. I remember when that song came with My Adidas, boy, you just walked a certain way. Everything was about style and show. Yeah, it was a really good old days. For me, that was a good old days. Mom was like, why are we walking around? No shoelaces. Really? No, I need no shoelaces. Mom, I'm ready to roll up your sock. You wear 2 pairs of socks and roll them up real high at the top. So you can keep those suckers on. Because, man, if someone was chasing you, you had to take them off and run with them. Because them suckers will come off. But, man, you could never understand. Every time we come in, it was 5 of us coming in with these crazy styles. Flavor Flav, clocks, all this stuff. Mom was like, what is going on? My brother's into Dots Effects. He had dreads. He was rocking dreads at one point. He had a big old bucket hat. Man, it was funny. She was like, I don't know who's coming in. Look at y'all. Like a bunch of circus clowns. Let's look at us. And they're like, you come from everybody wear suits and ties. Our hair was a little different, Mom. She said, stop wearing your sneakers so freaking wide, your feet are on spread. That actually does happen. I wear a triple E in a boot. So I can't wear a 9.5 regular. Everything has to be wide, triple E. So yeah, she was not joking on that one. Okay. So now we're going to start constructing, putting our store together. Our arcade. wish they would have kept the arcade there, though. You know, they got rid of all that. You know, jack up South Street. I know that. They're going to turn South to a winery? Oh, that's a bad idea, man. It's just South Street should have stayed the way it was. It was about punk, heavy metal. It was about everything. It was an art community. You know, like, jack it up for a wine community. Now, those are the wine communities. You know, talking about, yeah, it's just South Street was not made for that, man. South Street was for tattoo parlors and all kinds of stuff, man. Poetry clubs, all that stuff was down on South Street. I don't drink anyway. I don't even know what the purpose of me actually going to a winery being. I don't even drink. Ain't nothing there for me. Cheese, maybe. That's about as far as we can go. Everything else, nope. So I kind of like watching the Try channel. I like when my friends drink and they kind of explain to me like the taste and all that. Like it's got a fruity taste. How the freak y'all know this stuff? I don't know anything about it because I don't think. That's what I like to see when people drink. I like when they talk about the alcohol and how it tastes. That's what I find interesting. Like people who basically, you're the people who basically are educated in beer. Like they can tell you like everything about the beer and everything just by taste. I'm like, wow, that's kind of crazy. It's kind of a fruity taste to it. Like they've had it in wooden barrels. You can tell if it's been in wooden barrels. They brewed it, whatever, how they brewed it. Like, sheesh. That's freaking cool. I find that part fascinating. Are people getting drunk in the street and doing dumb stuff? No, I find it just stupidity. From the door. I'll be scared to death. I don't know how in the world you could drink to the point where you just you don't even know where you're at. Like anything can happen to you. Anything. It could be a freaking serial killer in the bar watching you the entire time. You're crazy. I mean, if you got friends at the end of the day that got your back, and I mean, that's all nice and good and well, I guess so, you know. But still, no. I don't want to be drunk to the point where I don't have balance or control or anything. I don't know how people do it. And you'll be so drunk, they don't even know how they got home. That's scary. You know, wake up in a garage somewhere. Somebody creepy over top of you. I can't do that. I just can't be that. I can't do that now. I gotta have full control of my surrounding and everything. But I do got friends who do drink like that. When they drink, they black out in the alleyways and all kinds of stuff, man. And y'all got that. I can't do that. I gotta have full control. Guess I'm just a designated at the end of the day because I don't drink at all, period. So. But I don't go to those places anyway. Scared to death. I watched some videos where them girls be coming out of the club and they be half undressed and, man, yo. People go missing all the time. The people in there go missing all the time. Don't need to stop that mess. You gotta understand, you can be hanging out with your friends and all, but you never know who's watching you the entire time. That's what you got to think about. Some of those crazy people go to those places because then they'll find people in there that are just intoxicated to the point they don't even know exactly where they're at or who they're walking with or who they're with. Be careful. You know, I want to have my fun too at the end of the day, but I don't drink to the point where I don't even drink, period, to tell you the truth, honestly. But, you know, if I did, I'm not to the point where I can't basically defend myself. I'm at the mercy if anybody walks up on me. And that's why you gotta have good friends, right? Are we separate on this side? Oh, I thought we separated on this side. Yeah, but for me, and if I got real good friends at the end of the day, but still you would never catch me. But I think that's, for me, it's weakness. For me, it's a weakness. your guard, your defense is down. Now, if you one of them drunken masters at the end of the day, you drink all you want, because anybody come there, they getting jacked up. Other than that, no. I think what they should do, they should start breathalyzer tests in all vehicles. I think all vehicles should have to be mandatory that all vehicles have breathalyzer tests on them. You know what that'll do? That'll cut down on a heck of a lot of drinking and driving. Insurance wouldn't be so high because you wouldn't have people wrecking into each other. And they should. Now you got people at the end of the day talking about, oh man, that's a horrible idea. Why? So you can't get drunk, get into a vehicle, kill yourself, or kill somebody else in the process? It's a horrible idea. Or some kid walking down the street, you just jump the curb and kill a kid at the end of the day? That's a horrible idea? No. That should be mandatory. They should have them installed in all vehicles. If you're drunk, you just ain't going home. Get an Uber or Lyft, because you shouldn't be driving anyway. If you're that drunk, your car can't start, then you shouldn't be driving anyway. Who was it? There was a guy basically was trying to get my buddy to breathe into his car because the car wouldn't start. And he got it from that's a court order when you have those in your car, a court order. Because my buddy was like, no, I ain't breathing into your car. What? So you can basically kill yourself or kill somebody else? No. Dude got freaking mad at him about it. Your problem is you should be drink at the end of the day. You got in your car. That's why they put it in there to begin with. All right. Excuse me. Cacao. What do we have in our store right here? Got a little trash cans in the back. Hooah! Lids on here and here. Coming together quite nicely. Our store, our arcade. It's going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to finish it off. I got to make it so we get the shingle support. The big shingle, these are the big ones that rise up a little bit. We want the roots to be a little bit off. Exactly, yeah. What's in this trash can over here? Oh, nothing. Yep. Yep. And then we got scenery to build all around it, grass and stuff like that. Everything in here is from I want a whole neon arcade. Should it be a neon arcade? Retro neon arcade. You have got your name. Let me see. So the arcade's interesting because we have to put a plateau up here to put the arcade machines in one by one. Because you know you step on that little plateau. Some had little plateaus. We had a plateau on ours. We step up to the little plateau. Plateau. Another big sheet of cardboard. No, I actually can't do that. Oh, my trash can flew off. My trash can lid broke right there. We're gonna have to put this sucker in the whole freaking floor. It's gonna have to be put in. The big piece of cardboard. Big piece of cardboard. So we need as a matter of fact, floor can come out a little bit more because I have to build a scenery around the floor, so it can be a little bit bigger. I just have to put a little scenery out there. Let me get the comes out over there. There we go. building parts of our base. You cutting the other one? No. The challenge accepted. Here comes a new challenger. So as you can see right now, everything's blowing up on that whole Steam machine. Yeah, it's blowing up. Every influencer right now, gamer influencer, is talking about that machine. Yeah, it's going to be something else. It is. But my thing is this. I mean, like I said, if you don't build at the end of the day, I mean, it's a fantastic machine. But if you build, yeah, to tell you the truth, you know what I mean? If that machine's $1,000, okay, you got two different versions of it, and that machine's $1,000, I would just build a machine. That's all to it. I mean, I come out, my build that I want to do for my cube is $900. And it has a bigger graphic card. And so that one's the equivalent of a 4070. I'm doing a 5060 on mine. So, you know, I'll just build it. Honestly, if it's going to be $1,000. But they're talking about it may be roughly like between the $500 and $600 mark. Now, that's definitely worth buying. That's definitely worth buying. They're talking about the VR system with it. The VR system they have with it is a little bit pricey. It is. It's a bit pricey. It's about $1,000. I already spent $1,000 for VRs. I got the Index 2s. I got the big boys, so I bought them already. But I got them hooked up in my VR room. I want something separate. So I found out that the Quest 3 is compatible with it. So I'm going to hook up my Quest 3. I'm definitely modifying mine. So I'm going to put a partitional drive in where I can actually run Windows, I think it was Windows 11, and the OS system, so I can switch back and forth. And the reason why is because the Xbox Connect system has a sensor system on it that allows you to do full body tracking if you're doing VR with it. So that's all the software I have on the computer allows you to do that. That's one of the things I was interested about because it's a computer. What's the operating system? The operating system is Steam, but they say you can load another operating system on it, but you have to put it on a separate drive. That'll be perfect. I like that my VR section right there. So basically, I'm going to get another one of those Connects. I want to basically hook it up to the direction from USB through the Steam machine, and I'm going to run that off the operating system because I can just go in and download the software to make that machine to work the way I want to, and I can use that with the VR glasses, which is the Quest 3, which are cheaper than paying the money for the Steam. I'm getting the Quest units, Quest 3. So yeah, I have full body tracking and have some fun in there and VR chat and whatever, you know what I mean? Just do it for cheaper, a lot more cheaper. Yeah, a lot more cheaper. I don't want to spend $1,000 for glasses. I've done that one already. I have. If I had known that the Xbox could do tracking on VR, I would have bought that first. That thing cost me $28. You know how much money it cost me to get the tracking system for the arms and legs and all that? That was expensive, man, to do that whole setup. And I could have did it with that? Are you kidding me? With nothing attached to me? Oh, heck yes. So that's what I'm going to do with it. But I'm hoping it is in that $600 range. Hoping it. I'm just impressed that the PS5 has a 5060 on it. Daggone it. That's crazy. That is freaking crazy. I had no idea. I went to look at the equivalent specifications on it, and I was like, what in the world? That's impressive. That's really impressive. But anyway, at the end of the day, we all got a game, right? Who cares? I mean, we talk about that. Everybody does it. Every influencer talks about which game system is the best and da-da-da. But at the end of the day, we all got a game. If not, we all go nuts. That's why you be looking at people then like, you don't game? How the fuck you keep from snapping? That's why, like, a good game that basically allows me to do a lot of grinding and searching and stuff like that. I can be buried in a game like that for days, man. Now you be playing a game and you can't figure out how to get off a certain level. You're even thinking about the world, like, what if I try it this way? You're like, oh my goodness, I could have done it that way. And you go back and you play and you finish and beat that part of the game. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I like. It should be interesting. It should be interesting. Yeah. You know, it's funny because when you watch Val pop up with this machine, right? There's other machines now popping up. There's a couple more that are popping up. That now they're converting like PCs into smaller units and making them into gaming systems, which is interesting because Dell people were doing that with the Dells a long time ago, where they're taking the Dells and they were just basically dropping in high-end graphic cards and turning them into little gaming PCs. That's where I got my idea from doing it. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to spend a lot of money. That's me personally. I don't want to spend a lot of money. And I still want to game on high-end games. I want to play some high-end games too also. But I don't want to spend a lot of money. I really don't. I do this without basically breaking the bank. And then people saying, well, it's the end of it. Not technically, no. It's not. Because fanboys are going to stick to the system, no matter what. I mean, heck, I wouldn't have bought like almost $1,000 worth of Xbox 360s, man. It just kept burning out over and over and over again on me. I refuse to give on the system. I like Xbox. Got the Sony. I like Sony. I play everything. But my sister's son is buying one. He's going to buy the. He has an Xbox system. He's going to buy it because he wanted to switch over to PC, but he doesn't want to go through the process of basically building it because he knows it's going to be expensive, and this would save him a lot of money on what he was going to do. He's going to spend, so he's definitely going to pick it up. That's why I said at the end of the day, people who are maybe in the process of building and they know how much money this thing is going to cost to build, this comes out. You come out a lot more easier with this. So, not bad at all. I would say not bad at all. I'll tell you one thing, without online chat, because a lot of games now you play now, a lot of people don't use microphones. They don't talk anymore. Xbox was known for freaking having people in there chatting and talking 24/7. But no, they don't chat anymore. It's kind of hard to play zombie games when you're telling somebody, then they're like, yo, freaking doorbuster right here. There's a doorbuster right here. Doorbuster right here. I got time to be texting when I'm being attacked by a bunch of zombies. And I got to basically go over to you, fire a couple rounds into you, say, follow me, and you follow me because you're upset because you think I'm trying to kill you. And I say, look, right there, doorbuster. It's going to open up a door, because if you open up a door, I mean, it's four of us, you can get more of those stationary weapons, and we can basically have a better chance of getting out of this mess. One of the levels we did with the freaking, it was a headache getting off that level, man. We kept dying on that level. Zombies were out of freaking control. There we go. Out of control. I miss freaking Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead was a funny game, boy. That was a funny game, especially when you got to play zombies versus humans. Oh my goodness, that was freaking hilarious. Yeah. Well, Reef and I'll be going back to the 80s. Going back to the 80s, definitely. Are we coming back to this world? I don't even know. I don't even know. Then if I had a time machine, I'd be like, nope, nope, I'm not coming back. Like hot tub time machine. All right, let me see. I need another one. I think we're out, people. I think we're out of glue sticks. I think we killed them all. Oh, snap. I wish I had some glue sticks. I don't know if I killed them all or not. Wait, did I pull a bag up here? I did pull a bag up here. I know I had a bag of these things somewhere. Forever young. I want to be forever young. Not really, to tell you the truth, honestly. No. I do not want to be forever young. You couldn't pay me $1 million to go back to be the age that I was. Heck no. I know so much stuff now today. If I can take the knowledge that I know now with me back then, oh heck yeah, then yes. But now, no. I'll do like the young people when they sit there and go, yeah, no, you have no clue. You literally have no clue whatsoever. You'll figure it out. You will. Everybody does. Everybody figures it out. Everybody does. Everybody figures it out. You know, you'll be home thinking like, how am I going to basically support and have a life and all that? You'll figure it out. Everybody else does. That's all. I remember having that thought process. How was I going to be able to make it and survive? If you do it, you get it done. Yep. Next thing you know, you'll be sitting back and you'll have kids and a house up in the burbs. And you're like, well, man, talking to your kids like, you'll get it together. Trust me. It'll all work out. It's funny, you'll say the same speech and they'll say it to their kids too also. All right, mounting down our store. That's what I'm doing right now. Mounting down the store. All right, pretty soon going back to the 80s. Our billboard sign, we're going to look pretty nice. I can't wait to start working on that. What time we got? 12:07. It said roughly 1 o'clock. We might be done. Man, when I did the shorts for this, I'm gonna play some 80s music to this, man. They let you play the 80s music, which is interesting. Which is funny. I find it interesting that, you know, they won't let you play it while you're playing it, while you're building it, but you can actually load it up in your short. Tell me how that works. Tell me how that one even works. All right, I need to measure my roof, line it up nicely. Don't worry about all that. All that'll be tapered off because we got to put a tape thing all the way around it. Better on it, but right now I got to go taper off my roof. The oof? Get to the oof. The oof, not the roof. The oof. Chopper. 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 To the chopper. Gotta give Arnold that, man. He had to say very little words and still made it famous. His scripts are like really super easy. But still, everything he said became that classic keyword. It's pretty cool. Very say very little and still become a megastar. love Arnold. Wait, did I clip my sign? I think I did clip my sign. Oh, no. No. We can get around that. We'll just bring the sign out a little farther out. I got to bring it anyway, though, farther out. We'll bring it a little farther out. are you doing this with? Oh, I know what I'm gonna do for the billboard. I'm putting Gremlins up there. I'm gonna movie post. I'm putting Gremlins up there. We got 2 billboards going up anyway. We'll do the sneaker in the back, and we'll do the billboard in front for whatchamacallit, for Gremlins or ET. Let's figure out which one. So we get the letters, everything right, we'll stencil them in. We'll get some small stencils and write them in, paint everything in so it all glows. In the back, we'll do a little graffiti in the background. Put on the back, Gamer for Life. Gamer tag Retro Biscuits. Same thing over and over again. Driving me mad with this one. Go back a little bit. Quite nice. A real retro store. Man, this thing's real nice. this arcade. These are real nice. So we're gonna make the roof so we can basically pull it off back and forth. Still got to do. Well, once I get the arcade machines in, and I definitely have to put in the window and the door and all that stuff like that for the back and the door for the front. So we got some work to do on the inside. Some drywalling. Not really putting in real drywalling, but just to say we put in some drywalling. Yeah, make it look a little bit more tighter in there. Where's this one at? It's right there. That's inside. There it goes. When we get more glue tomorrow, we're going to start working on the structure. But before we do that, we got to order one of those arcade machines in there. It's going to see exactly where they're going to sit at. We're going to basically build the floor at. Or just might lay them against the wall. I think I'm just going to lay them against the wall. Built all from basically cardboard. That's it. Locking that music. Pop locking. Pop it. Pop locking. Tackle, get ready. Got my VRs. I'm going to bring a pair in here too soon because I use my VRs for business meetings online. That thing is amazing, especially the one they have for the Quest. Has one designed for doing business overseas. So definitely want to invest in a pair here for business work and basically for relaxation. We're going to the bottom of the ocean and chilling. Whew, man, that was an interesting build. There you go. Sit. Oh, your TV's off. That's why you're over here. All right, I got you. Hold on. I got you. You gotta leave it on anyway for a couple. That's done. Everything's finished up. We're almost done. We got the structure done. I like how you did it this one here. That came out real nice. Oh, thank God for that, because Roy kind of gave me the idea to use that cardboard paper, that brown paper for the awning. That came out real nice. I got my neon paint job. I got already in my mind how I want to paint it. I'll go on Amazon, figure out what size we're going to need for my screen and get them off my building. Cleaning up my area. All right, well, thank you for coming by and watching. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful and safe night. Seek, find God. It's very important. And hope you have a wonderful, wonderful night. And of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with the ability to make amazing products. And also, too, with these amazing builds we've been doing for the last couple of days. Thank you so much for the knowledge and understanding on putting it all together. We give him all the glory, but without him, none of this would ever be possible. Gotta go, and God bless.